Hey there, fellow YouTubers. This is Anthony with Guitar Mods. Before we get started today, I just want to say thanks to my new subscribers. I see there's been quite a few of you. And if you just happen to stumble upon this channel, please check out my other videos. I hope you find something here that can help you out in your live rig, in your jamming at home, or whatever it is that you're hoping to learn. But enough of that. This week's Tone of the Week video, we're going to talk about this, the Joyo AC Tone. Let's get started. Alright, so like I said, we're going to talk about the Joyo AC Tone. Now, Joyo is a Chinese pedal manufacturer, in China, of course, that basically copies boutique pedals and sells them at incredibly low prices. Their average pedal price is between $30 and $40, basically. Well, the AC Tone is a copy of the Tech 21 amplifier series of pedals. They have, obviously, the Sans amp, but then they have a series of pedals that is just individual amplifiers. Well, this is Joyo's copy of those. They have the AC Tone, the British Tone, which is a Marshall. You've got the American Tone, which is a Fender Sound, and the California Tone, which is a Mesa Boogie Tone. And there might be another one I'm missing. Just go look it up. Anyway, this is their Vox Tone, which is supposed to give you an AC30-esque Vox sound. Now we have basic controls, just like an amplifier. You've got a low, mid, and high, as well as a level, a voice, and a drive. Now the voice knob on these pedals really changes the characteristic of the amp sound. So for this particular pedal, you can range anywhere from I would almost say an AC15, or I actually had a Night Train. I actually got a really good Night Train sound, all the way up to that classic AC30 tone. I'll be honest, it doesn't quite get there. The drive to me is very clippy, but we'll let your ears decide. Now, where I think this pedal really shines, I think would be some basic home recording. It sounds really good, but really live. I would say a live application. For myself, I play with an amp head. Actually, I'll be using this one, the Agnator. This is a new guy I just got. And do an isolation cabinet. Now, an ISO cab is a totally different beast from a normal speaker cabinet. An isolation cab is actually a speaker in a box with a microphone, and you close it all up. And it gets kind of a boxy, sterile sound. You don't get as much air as you do with a regular cab. This emulates that sound almost perfectly. So in a live mix, it's fantastic. We did a parade float. We put a live band on a parade, which is awesome. We were rocking two EV18s, EV15s, EV12s, our mains, 5,000 watt generator, crazy sound, and I used this guy plugged in versus a mic'd up amp, and it was pretty great. Well, enough of me yakking. Let's actually plug this in. We're going to start with just a plain guitar right into the amp. We're going to be using this guitar here, my Les Paul. And then we'll also be using this pedal board, as you see here, with these various pedals on it. Cool. Well, enough of me yakking. Let's plug this in and see what it sounds like. Alright, so here we have our Joyo AC Tone. As you can see, we've got the low, mid, and high pretty much at 12 o'clock. You'll notice that the level, the voice knob, and the drive knob are all adjusted to what's going to give a clean sound on this pedal. So the level is actually turned up pretty high, the drive's turned down, and the voice is turned down pretty far. And that gives you a tone like this. This is using both my P90 and my SH4 pickup in my bridge together. Cool. Now, just for comparison's sake, I'm going to shut the Joyo off and we hear what it sounds like. It's not as drastic of a difference with clean tones, but we'll definitely hear it when we get to some overdrives into the pedal. So as you can see there, this definitely gives a good amp sound. Now I'm just going to turn the highs up. I'm actually going to adjust it to where I think it sounds a little better as a clean tone. So you just tweak with the EQ a little bit. get a nice bright amp sound. Now the big tone changer in this pedal is actually the voice tone in the center. Sorry, I'm doing all this upside down. So we're actually just going to tweak with this knob, and it's actually going to change the amount of gain and the amount of mids and the overall tone. Also need to adjust the level because it makes a pretty big difference there when you turn that knob. So as you see, just by changing the voice really has an effect on the character of the amp sound you're producing, and it's nice to just to really be able to tweak the pedal. Obviously, the further the voice is turned down, the less gain there's. The higher there's more mid range, but then there's also more gain. So it depends on the sound you're going for. Let's play with the drive knob on here. I'm going to go with the bridge pickup. That'll be the JB SH4 in humbucking mode. I don't know about you. I'm not a huge fan of the gain on this pedal, but that's just me. So that might be something that you really enjoy. Anyway, I'm just going to set this up for kind of a clean tone again, as I had going before, and we're just going to run some pedals into it. Now this is how I like to run this. End of my chain, use it just like an amp. I'm going to turn on the Jet City Afterburner, which is a light overdrive, and you get to hear just kind of how a drive pedal sounds going into this. Now, obviously, tweaking the EQ and the voice knob is going to really accentuate any sounds. So if you like a heavier sound, I'm just going to quick turn on a OCD clone, and we'll tweak with the knobs, and we'll really hear the wide range of sounds you get with a pedal in here just by changing the knobs. So obviously, we just by changing the tone of the pedal, I mean, just like you would an amplifier, you can really shape the mid range boost and whatever else, even at high gain, low gain, just like you would an amplifier. Last but not least, I mean, probably the best way to really liven this up as you play with it. See if we've got a decent sound here. That'll work. Is just use some reverb. So. And to me, that really helps it make it sound like an amplifier, especially when you're running in ears and especially front of house. Now, the last thing I wanted to do, I'm going to use an overdrive pedal again and really show you how much of a difference this makes as far as it being an amp emulation versus just plugging stomp boxes right into a soundboard. Something else that's sweet is, let's say you have a guitar like mine. This is equipped with a Graphtec Ghost piezo system. This actually sounds really great with a piezo on an electric guitar. Well, that was the Joyo AC Tone. I hope that gives you an understanding of what this thing can sound like plugged in. What's neat about it is I just scratched the surface. I barely turn the knobs. There's a lot of adjustability with these pedals. There's also a wide range of these pedals covering various different amplifier settings. Please don't let my bad playing discourage you from purchasing one of these. Trust me in saying that these sound great and really impress people when they hear it, especially in a live setting. And at $36, even if it's just for a backup, if you're running a tube amplifier and you bring one of these in a direct box, in the case your amp blows up and you got to throw one of these in the ground, plug a direct box in and go, it's a great backup and or a great live performing pedal. This is Anthony Home Guitar Mods. As always, keep rocking, keep modding, and thanks for watching.